every time. Every time. Okay, we spend like half an hour before these shows start thinking of like the best song to play before we walk on here. Did anyone even hear the song? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just funny to me that we spend so much time working on it and never even get it. There we go. All right, do you want to hit the little play button? Wunderbar, der Deutsche spricht. Okay, so my name is Tanner Rahlf. How you guys doing? I already asked that. Let's just keep going. Don't tell your old jokes. Sorry, man. I'm 27. 27, guys. 27. It's just such a weird age to be here at college, you know? Like, you have the younger age people, fresh from high school, even fresh from a mission. Most of them usually graduate by 24, 25 if you serve a mission. If you didn't, 20 to 22 is pretty average. And then you have the older people who usually come back, and that's kind of normal, Like, you see an older person in class, you're like, all right, they lived most of their life, they're coming back to college, that's cool. I'm 27. It's just, I'm there. Like, it's just weird, And everyone kind of looks at me and is like, what the heck are you doing here, man? It's taking forever, man. I'm 27. 27, I'm starting to learn that at 27, that's when things catch up to you. Like, everyone all your life, I was like, no, it's gonna catch up to you when you get older. 27's when you hit older. Like my knees and back hurt a lot, or like, I've eaten crap my whole life, I've ate like crap my whole life. I was sitting down on the couch the other day and just started breathing heavy, and I was like, oh man, that's not supposed to happen this soon. 27. I'm 27 and unmarried, which in the Mormon land means you're some kind of weird sick animal that no one knows how to take care of. Just kind of looking at you like, what do we tell them? When you're 27 and not married, people give you advice even though you don't ask for it. They're just like, I knew a guy, he didn't get married until he was 32, he didn't meet her until 30. And I was like, I don't care. Wasn't asking. I'm 27. I'm 27 and I'm a Hufflepuff. I took a few of us here, all right, geez, I'm in good company. I'm a Hufflepuff, which for those of you who don't know the Harry Potter universe is basically the redheaded stepchild of the universe. Yeah! I'm in good company tonight. Hufflepuff is great though, people always talk about how like Hufflepuff isn't really mentioned in Harry Potter. You know what that means? It means during that whole time, they're having a great freaking time, Like, that within this fictional universe, there's probably a memorial wall for Gryffindor, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw, people who died during the battles against Voldemort. Hufflepuff, nobody died because they never got involved. That's just smart thinking on Hufflepuff's part, man. The only notable person we have is Cedric Diggory, but screw that guy, okay? Never really cared for him, and all he did was ruin the cursed child with that weird plot twist. Few people read it. But Hufflepuff, man, it's great though. I love being a Hufflepuff. It's part of my identity now of this fictional universe that for some reason I bring into my own. The other day I was walking through the mall and I saw this kid who looked like a celebrity. And I wanted to ask him if anyone had asked him if he looked like this person before, but I kind of didn't at the same time because he looked like Steve Buscemi. And for those of you who don't know what Steve Buscemi looks like, it's that guy right there. And I just didn't really feel comfortable being like, did you know you look like a weirdo who's really popular, sort of? And I get it, I've had a few times where people come up and tell me that I remind them of Jack Black. And here's the thing, when someone tells you that they remind you of Jack Black, really they're saying, hey, you're fat. And Jack Black is also fat and he's a celebrity. So you remind me of Jack Black. Let's be clear here. There's some other fat celebrities that are great too. I'm more of a Chris Farley type myself. The problem is they're just all dead. Chris Farley, John Belushi, the guy from Three Stooges, Jonah Hill eventually. It's just, and besides, I'm not fat, I'm depressed, so I really preferred if you just compared me to Robin Williams. That didn't work in the earlier show either. It's too soon. I think I gotta wait a few more years for that one. I am fat though, I'm fat, and I'm not even the good-looking kind of fat. Some people look good fat, like they can pull it off. Me, it's just like, from here up, I feel fine. Like, I'm okay with how I look, and here it just kind of gives up. It just kind of, the fat does not distribute evenly. It just kind of stays right here. It just does not look well for me, but screw diets. You know, I'm not gonna do that, so I'm just stuck this way, I guess. You know what the number one sign for me that I'm fat is, though? How easily irritated I get when I go to McDonald's and order my food and they don't give me my drink while I'm waiting for my food to be prepared. It's only like 2 minutes, and yet I'm just like, yeah, and I'll have this and this, and they give me the receipt, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll throw this away for you. What about my drink? Drink, ma'am. Can I have my drink? Because that McDonald's Coke is so good. It really is the best. You have to have that while you're waiting, because it's priming the engines. You know, it's the best stuff ever, and if I don't get that drink before I get my food, it get all agitated, you know? It's the worst. That McDonald's Coke, it's just, I don't know how Coke screwed up with having levels of better Coke, but they did it, and McDonald's Coke is the top. You've got restaurant Coke, you've got bottled Coke, canned Coke, McDonald's Coke. You know, it's just messed up, but dang it, if I'm not getting that McDonald's Coke, I love it, man. That's just the way life goes sometimes, you know? Life gives you lemons. I hate that quote. I hate that saying so much, life gives you lemons. What kind of backwards world were we living in when that quote came to be? Well, when life gives you lemons, why are you letting life give you lemons? Were we in this moral universe where like you had to like take things people gave you? Like, hey, brought you lemons, you're like, ah, crap! What do I do with this? I didn't want these. I don't know what to do with them. And besides, they never say what kind of lemons you're being given. What if they're bad lemons? Don't make lemonade! You're gonna get your friend sick. That's bad. What if they're the waxy fruit that looks like lemons, but they're not really? You can't make lemonade out of that. Bad advice. Don't make lemonade out of that. Sure, if life gives you a basket of lemons, sugar, and water, make lemonade. Any other situation, yeah, you probably shouldn't make lemonade. And besides, if being given lemons is a bad thing, I don't think life is just nonchalantly being like, here, have these. No, man, you're probably being pelted with lemons. Duck, kid. If life gives you lemons, duck. And besides, like I said earlier, why are we letting that happen to us? Life doesn't give me lemons. I take lemons from life. And I put them in my Diet Coke to pretend like I'm not drinking Diet Coke. Can we stop with this whole Diet Coke obsession, by the way? Awful, man. You know what it means when you drink Diet Coke? It means you've given up on life. I don't like flavor or sugar. When you drink Diet Coke, it means you still want to fit in with everyone else, but you don't want the sugar, so you're just gonna sacrifice flavor so you look cool. Bad choice, man. Just stop altogether. I have not met a single person who lost weight because they started drinking Diet Coke. It's not like sugar was the only bad thing in there. I got rid of one bad thing. Good, man. Either stop altogether or just drink regular Coke. The sugar is not the worst. Well, it probably is the worst. But there's still tons of other bad things in there, you know? We used to think Diet Coke gave you cancer, still drank it. Turns out that's not true. I mean, we're all probably gonna die of cancer anyways, but just not from Diet Coke. You know, but it's just the way it is. I just don't like Diet Coke, guys. That's all I'm getting at, okay? I just don't like Diet Coke. I don't like reading books, because they tend to ruin the movie.
Thank you.
I'm in good company tonight, man. Good company. I also, at this point, it's even getting pointless to watch the news. You know, we might as well just get a new TV show called Tom Hanks Reenacts the News.
Yes.
We don't even wait, you know, I can imagine that in the future, we're gonna have a news report and be like, we're live on the scene right now, going over to Kent. Kent, what do we see? And they're like, yeah, Tom, looks like we've got a few agents on the scene here. Looks like Matthew McConaughey is being considered for the male lead for this news story here. Elizabeth Banks is being considered for a female lead. There's some talks about Bradley Cooper, but nothing official yet. We'll let you know. You should be seeing the story develop in about 6 months in theaters near you. All right, we'll be back right after these messages. All right. Wow. Beautiful day in Cincinnati. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. The kid fell in. Wow. 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 What are you gonna do? Harambe 2016. We're not even waiting for the news to happen anymore. Have you heard about the new TV show Pitch? It's a show about the Major League Baseball's first woman pitcher. Too bad it hasn't happened yet. They're treating it like it's something that's happened in history. It has not happened yet. You know, and like people are like, oh, it's such a great show for feminism. No, it's not. It's a playpen for sexism. Because when you make a show about the woman's first baseball player, when it hasn't happened yet, you're just saying, yeah, never gonna happen. Let's just make a show about it now. And look, here's the thing. I want it to happen. I think it would be really cool if we had a woman Major League Baseball player. But now, what are we gonna do when she gets in? You're like, well, the show was better than the real life one. You know, or like when she gets in there, we can't do a new show about it because everyone knows reboots suck. I was with my cousin the other day, and her kid was watching TV, and I noticed that on the screen it said ages 3 and up, and I thought, what's appropriate for a 3-year-old that's not appropriate for a 2-year-old? You know, like, do you have to prepare him before the show starts? Be like, hey, bud, so in this show, sometimes fruit baskets will get eyes and mouths, and they'll start talking to you. This isn't real. That doesn't happen in real life. And sometimes Steve Buscemi shows up on this show, and we want you to be aware of that, okay, bud? I think women's tennis is the perfect sport for blind people to watch. You don't even need a commentator. You always know where the ball is on that one. Oh, point. November's coming up, which means Movember. For those of you who don't know, like the 3 of you, that means guys are going to be growing out their mustaches to raise awareness for men's health and raise money, which is kind of cool. But a lot of people hate it, and a lot of guys who love doing it, you know, like it's kind of hard. So those of you who are thinking about going into Movember, I've created a survival guide for men for how to survive Movember. First tip is if you can, grow a beard instead. Everything else that we're doing, you know, everything else that I'm going to talk about, you don't have to worry about if you have a beard. This is all mustache specific, and trust me, it's a pain. If you can avoid it. Trust me, okay? I've been doing this for a while now. It's a hard life that you have to stick through. And going on to number 2, people are going to tease you a lot when you're going through Movember. Just remember, they're just words, okay? Sticks and stones can break your bones, but words will never hurt you, okay? And number 3, just remember, it gets better, okay? Even Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec, it takes him 5 weeks to grow his mustache from top to bottom. So up until then, even he looks like a creepy uncle, okay? It gets better. It gets better. Number 4, we're in this together, man, okay? You're gonna walk around and you're gonna see another guy with a mustache, and you know what's gonna happen? You're both gonna look at each other and go, all right? You're in this together. You're not alone. And last but not least, remember, you can always shave it off. No one's going to look at you any worse for that. No one's going to look at you as a lesser person if you shave it off. Okay? We're not just leaving the men out of this survival guide, though. I've also created a survival guide for women on this, because I know women have a hard time with this, with guys growing out their mustaches. So for the girls out there, just remember, most men won't keep it. So if you can just write it out, you know, you'll be fine. The cycle will take care of itself. The cycle will take care of itself. So most men won't keep it, so you should be fine. Number 2, give it a chance though. You know, like sometimes it could look good. It could be fine. You know, these guys, they're going through a lot. It's kind of hard for them. They're being teased. You know, they're realizing that what they thought would be an awesome mustache turns out just be a little wispy piece of trash. And that happens. So number 3, give them support. They need it. Okay, they're going through a world of hate. They need some background support. Okay, I know a lot of girls don't like kissing guys with facial hair because of like it hurts and stuff like that. So just remember aloe. Usually works for that kind of stuff. So just remember that. And number 5, remember you are in control here. Okay, don't make them think that they're in control. Okay, guys will do a lot for you if you just tell them to do it. So just tell them you don't like it, and you know you can probably win that one. I'm willing to bet. So you are in control of this whole situation. Just remember that. I actually I lived in Provo before I went to school here. I loved living in Provo. I remember one day some of my friends, they came up to me and they said, hey, we're going to the hospital. Do you want to come with? And I was like, yeah, who's hurt? Who's sick? And they're like, no one? Okay. Why are we going to the hospital? Oh, we're going to go to the cafeteria. It's really good. Are you serious? A really weird reason to go to a hospital, but hear me out. Hospital cafeterias, I have learned, are amongst the greatest of things that have been put on this earth, man. They're so good. Hospital cafeterias are so wonderful. My own mother had a cancer scare a few years ago. You know what I remember from that? She was at the Huntsman Cancer Institute down by the U. You know what I remember from that whole experience? How great the tuna melt sandwich is in their cafeteria. Freaking awesome, man. It's so good. So good. I love it. Hospital cafeterias. Now, I say this with caution, though, because, I love hospital cafeterias. Sometimes you get lucky and you see a nurse getting arrested for stealing pills. Saw that happen. Dinner and a show. Awesome. So, there's such great things that can happen there, but I worry, I don't want it to get too popular, because here's my worry, okay? Here's what I'm scared of. Just imagine some mother and a sick child. Another laugh. That happened last show, too. That's not the funny part. A mother and her sick child. The kid is hurt. She can't do anything really except emotional support. Nothing really physically she can do to help the kid not hurt. And it's hard for her to watch that. See her kid in pain. It's emotionally toiling. It's draining. And finally, the kid gets to sleep. And the mother has just a small moment to step away, get some food, and she walks down to the cafeteria. And there's a line. I'm just gonna let it stay there for a second and let you guys laugh at that a little more. Thanks, man. That's just what, I don't want that to happen, It'd be the worst. That would be the worst. But the cafeterias are great, so just go sometime, but in moderation, I love, so I did live in Provo, but I moved up here, and I do love living here now. It took me a while to get there, but I do love living here. The school has some unique things, like at the library. Did you know there's a book on the life of Tupac at the library? True story. Go look for it. You can find it. It's on the 3rd floor, right by the Sky Bridge. Just chilling there. Go look for it. Another thing I saw, though, the other day, adult coloring books at the library. Now, first of all, let's cut it out with this adult coloring book thing. They help me focus. No, they don't, okay? Start texting in church like the rest of us, all right? You're just distracting yourself in different ways. Quit sugarcoating it. Second of all, a coloring book at the library has to be the most useless thing you can have there. After the first few rentals, it's gonna be useless, man. All that's going to be left is the table of contents, the list of authors, and the Hufflepuff coloring page. All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.